Help, they've kidnapped me. Lady Di, a Modern Fairytale by Slobodan Radojev. Mitrich Part 2 Conspiracies Chapter 35 Thieves sell their stolen heroin to thieves. Thieves sell their stolen heroin to thieves. Jean enters a phone booth a dozen meters away from the famous Moulin Rouge nightclub in Pigalle. He dials a secret number and waits until he hears a rough, sleepy voice on the line. Paris Mouse, companion, I have something that will make you happy. Who's speaking? Jean, man. Owner of the Moulin Rouge. Ooh. Sorry, I didn't recognize your voice. Tell me, what's up? Not on the phone. I'm calling from a payphone. As you know, I'm being bugged. Come over here, Paris Mouse thinks. He takes his diamond-studded gold Rolex from the nightstand. Jean, are you crazy? It's way past midnight. I'm sleepy, man. Can't it wait till tomorrow afternoon? As you wish. But a duty or 20 bricks. Paris Mouse veers up in his bed. What? Well, you heard me. Some guys who want to sell them. And I think that you might be interested. Paris Mouse jumps out of bed. Jean, I'll be with you in half hour. That's how I like you. Hurry up, I'm coming. Please. Don't let them go away. Don't worry. Thanks, Jean. I'm coming. Paris Mouse presses a number on his secret cell phone and gets connected immediately. Hotel Ritz. Good evening, sir. Good morning. Can you please give me Henry? Which Henry? Head security of your hotel, sir. Do you know what time it is? 1 hour after midnight. Henry's asleep. Dear sir, wake him up. Who are you? Saint Peter, cries Paris Mouse. Please, wake him up. Sir, who do I say that is on the phone? The President of the Republic, Jacques Chirac. Please hurry up. It is urgent. Okay, I'll try to wake him, thank you. The concierge murmurs, but Paris Mouse hears it. If he is Jacques Chirac, I am Allo. Paris Mouse laughs. He hears the concierge typing the telephone number and hears the dial tone. He counts in himself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then hears a familiar voice. Here, Musa. Why the hell are you waking me up? Sorry, boss. But some blokes says he is Jacques Chirac and that it's urgent. Connect me. The concierge connects the lines and hears the coarse voice of the head of security at the Ritz. That must be you. Paris Mouse laughs. All in one piece. Tell me, what's up? Come to the Moulin Rouge in Pigalle. It's urgent. You must be kidding. No. There are a few idiots who are offering our stolen bricks. Another joke. Come on, man. This is serious. Henry yawns. Okay then, I'm coming. Don't forget you gun. In call the Dutchman. I need you both. His fish needs water. Decord. Don't worry, I'll see you there. Okay, I'm counting on you. Alona with the Dutchman. Both of you. Okay. I'll try. I'll wait in my car. A dozen yards away from the club. Okie dokie. Ciao. It is 1 hour and 33 minutes after midnight. Pigalle is as unusual, packed with lovers of Parisian nights. Paris Mouse taps nervously on his steering wheel. 10 minutes he has been waiting for his partners. In the mirror above the wheel, he sees a black Mercedes arriving. There are 2 persons in it. He brightens up and gets out of his limo. The Mercedes stops. Paris Mouse approaches the car. The head of security of the Ritz opens the window. Paris Mouse bends down. Hi guys, I'm going inside. You, Jimmy, follow me. Pretend we don't know each other. The Dutchman steps out of the limo. Henry, continues Paris Mouse, park your car somewhere and come as soon as possible. I will be on the 1st floor in Jean's office. Don't enter until I call you. And then both of you come in with pointed guns. Capiche? No problem. Hurry. Will do. Paris Mouse walks to the entrance of the nightclub and presses 100 francs into hand of the doorman. This is from me and this big guy. The doorman bows. Thank you, Paris Mouse. My boss is expecting you. I know. Paris Mouse enters the nightclub, goes up the stairs that lead to the so-called tower where Jean's office is situated and knocks on the door. Jean opens and winks at him. Oh, it's you, Mr. Mark Antony. Come on in. Jean lets his partner in shady affairs in. In the small office sit two men on a black leather couch. One is as big as the Dutchman and the other is a dwarf. Paris Mouse recognizes them from photos in his possession of the complete file of all the policemen active in Paris. He pretends not to recognize them. Jean begins. These guys say they are American mafiosi, namely Chicago Mafia. Paris Mouse pulls a serious face. You don't say. You don't say. What an honor. The 2D agents chuckle and nod in greeting. Jean continues. They claim to have 20 first-class loaves of bread made in Hong Kong. Paris Mouse takes off his black hat, keeps it in his hand and leans against the wall. Let me see. We have only a little bit with us, growls the gorilla. He takes a package no larger than a chocolate bar out of his pocket and offers it to Paris Mouse. The godfather of the European underworld approaches the policeman, takes a hold of the package and goes back to where he just stood. He opens the package, smells it and smiles happily. Quality stuff. Men. The dwarf itches on his seat. He does his best to speak English with an American accent, similar to a Turk, who after only 1 year in Paris, speaks French. We Chicago have only the best. The gorilla charges with his elbow into the side of the dwarf. Chicagans, you fool. We patron. Paris Mouse can hardly contain his laughter. How many bricks do you say you have? 20, replies the gorilla with a perfect American accent. He tries to explain away the dwarf. I'm American and this is my French partner. We have our people everywhere, you know. Paris Mouse nods. I understand. How much does it all this cost? The gorilla spreads his arms. Depends. On what? If you want to buy everything right away, I'll give it to you for only $1 million. And if you only want 1 kilogram, it is $100,000. American or Canadian? Paris Mouse quips. US dollars. Of course. Okay. I will buy everything at once. The dwarf pulls a cheerful face and spreads his hands. Fantastic. The gorilla charges him again with his elbow in the dwarf's loins. Keep your mouth shut, man. We patron. Okay. Agreed, says Paris Mouse. Have you got the money? Yeah, sure. Show me. Okay, but how do I know that you're not going to con me? Where are your bricks? The dwarf spills the beans. In my garage, he says with a fluent Paris accent, hidden in the spare wheels. The gorilla hits the Paris police commissioner hard in the loins. You stupid ass. The dwarf groans from pain. We patron. Paris Mouse smiles, deliberately drops his hat on the floor and bends to pick it up. Quickly he pulls his Colt 45, points it to the gorilla and taps on the wall with his heel. Hands up. Don't move, otherwise I'll shoot you down like dogs. The head of security at the Ritz Hotel and the Dutch gorilla, both holding revolvers, invade the office. Repo, lice, the dwarf stammers. Shut up, son of a bitch, Paris Mouse yells. I kill policemen that steal my heroin at the drop of a hat. Jean. Frisk them. The owner of the nightclub approaches the police officers and removes the service pistols from the holsters hidden under their armpits. He goes back to his table, opens a drawer and throws the weapons in it. He closes the drawer and goes back to the policemen to frisk them. On a belt behind both their backs he finds a pair of handcuffs. He holds them up. Paris Mouse aims his gun at the American and gives orders, bend down and slowly put your hands behind your back. If I just think you're up to something, you've had it. Jean. Handcuff that fat bastard. The American bends down obediently. The Frenchman handcuffs him instantly and pushes his head up. Paris Mouse aims his gun at the Paris police commissioner. Now the dwarf. The policeman bends down and quickly folds his hands behind his back. The handcuffs click. Jean pushes his head up. The dwarf straightens up on the spot where he is standing. Paris Mouse puts his revolver back in the holster under his armpit, takes a package of Gauloise cigarettes from his pocket and sticks one into his mouth. Jean quickly grabs her lighter from the table and lights the cigarette of his boss. Thank you, Jean. Starting tonight you have credit with me. Whatever you ask me. The Moulin Rouge owner goes back to the table. Thanks, Paris Mouse. But it's not necessary. I do it with pleasure. Thieves that want to cheat thieves, eh? The gangsters laugh. Ha ha ha. Henry and Jim put their revolvers back in their holsters. The nightclub owner opens a big bottle of Dom Perignon champagne and produces 4 glasses. Here guys. Help yourself. The 4 gangsters help themselves to the sparkling champagne. 4-glass touch. Cheers. The 2 policemen, aware that they could be shot like wild dogs, are trembling with fear as thin birches in the wind. Paris Mouse turns to the club owner. Jean, did you record all of it? Certainly. What do you think? Excellent. Keep on filming. Then he turns to the policeman. Okay, I told you I want to buy my stole heroin. I'll let go if you tell us the truth. And I will pay each of you $1 million. How did you get your hands on my heroin? The dwarf livens up. That Mr. Gangster. He forced me to steal it from a garage. The American remains silent. He looks into the void and counts his last hour. Henry casts an inquiring glance to the dwarf. From whose garage? Your garage, Mr. Other Gangster. The criminals chuckle. The dwarf continues. He opened your electric garage door with a special screwdriver and put that screwdriver into the slot and hit it with a rubber hammer, so that the door opened. Henry remembers that he found such a hammer on the sidewalk outside his garage. Aha. And who told you that the heroin was there? Nobody, Mr. Gangster. We are policemen. We observed your garage and saw a couple of guys driving a Mercedes into the garage, who afterwards went away on foot. The American suggested going to your garage to see what was in that limousine. There he filled a sports bag with your heroin, Mr. Gangster, and I had to carry it all. Everybody laughs. The head of security spreads his hands and turns to Paris Mouse. So my guys were innocent. Paris Mouse shrugs his shoulders. Sorry. How could we know that? Henry sighs. Of course you're right. Paris Mouse turns again to the dwarf. Where is your garage? Nearby. Drive me down there and I will show you the way, Mr. Gangster. No way. Just give us the address. The American now opens his mouth. Copermic Rue 73. The key is in my pocket. Paris Mouse gestures with his head to the Dutchman to find the key. The latter approaches the American, finds the key with ease and returns to his place. The American looks at the Dutchman. Don't we know each other in some official way? Could be. Probably, suggests Paris Mouse. Jim is a member of the FBI, but in his spare time he works with us. Why? Henry turns to the American. So you two tried to arrest me in Holland, the dwarf replies instead of his colleague. Right. He told me that if you were arrested, no one would suspect that we stole your heroin. Jean shakes his head. You are bigger criminals than any Parisian thief around. We, Mr. Gangster. But that's all his fault. Until I met him, I was always honest. Paris Mouse interrupts him. As Jesus Christ, we, Mr. Gangster. Paris Mouse does not succeed this time in hiding his laughter. Okay. If my heroin is really in your garage, then I guarantee that I will let you free and also to pay you the promised cash payment before dawn. But then you guys will naturally have to work for me. The American cheers up. Agreed. Paris Mouse turns to his companions. Henry and you, Jim, go to the garage. Once you find our bread, Take it to a safe place and call me. Henry grabs the door handle and motions the Dutchman to follow him. Should we come back here? If these scumbags don't lie, no. But if they lie to us, for sure, we will pour them alive in concrete. Mr. Gangsters, mutters the dwarf. I'm not lying. You'll see, the heroin is in the spare wheels. There are only 2 tires placed alongside the wall. You can't miss it, 10 packages in each tire. Henry and Jimmy leave the office. Morning is breaking. The guests of the nightclub have left Moulin Rouge long ago. Jean lets his staff go, closes the door and goes back to his office. The dwarf turns to him. Mr. Gangster, take me to the toilet, please. It's urgent. Piss in your pants, Paris Mouse says angrily. Oui, sir. The phone rings. Jean picks it up. Yes, on the other side of the line he hears the head of security of the Ritz Hotel. Jean, give me Paris Mouse, please. The Moulin Rouge owner hands the phone to his partner. It's for you. Paris Mouse rushes to the table and takes a hold of the phone. Yes, it's all right. Really. Word of honor. Thanks. Go to sleep, both of you. See you tomorrow. Thanks, you too. You too, thanks. Paris Mouse puts the hook down. For the first time since coming in this room he looks cheerful. He winks at Jean and subsequently turns to the policeman. So you lied to us. The dwarf starts crying. Mr. Gangster, my word of honor, we did not lie. Paris Mouse smiles. I'm kidding, man. Relax. Everything is okay. The policeman lights up. Have you got the dough here? Paris Mouse asks Jean. Yes, okay. When I'm gone, take the handcuffs and pay them. Now give me the videotape and to play it safe. The ammunition of their guns. Jean moves a large painting, opens a steel cache built in the wall and presses a button. The large video recorder stops. Jean takes the tape out and offers it to Paris Mouse. Mouse fits the band neatly under his belt. Ammunition. Jean opens the drawer, empties the magazine, checks the gun to see if there are no bullets in the loops and throws the ammunition on the table. Paris Mouse picks up the bullets and puts them in his pockets. Jean inserts the empty magazines back in the guns. Welcome to my club, guys. The American bows his head in greeting. Thank you, sir. The dwarf blinks his eyelids. Thank you, Mr. Gangster. Paris Mouse laughs. You're welcome. Use your head from now on and make no more mistakes. The second time I shall not forgive you. You'll receive further instructions from my special agents in due time. Thank you, sir, say the 2 policemen. Paris Mouse grabs the door handle. Jean, walk with me on the way out. Paris Mouse leaves the office. Jean follows him and opens the exit door. Pay them, Paris Mouse says on leaving the Moulin Rouge. I'll send you the money back once I'm awake. No problem. Very smart move. Now we have the top man of the Paris police in our hands. Yes, now we're untouchables. Paris Mouse walks to his limo. Jean locks the door and returns to his office. Again he opens the steel cache, takes out 20 stacks with hundreds of $100 bills and puts the money on the table. He takes the key of the handcuffs out of the drawer and frees his prisoners. Both policemen hug and kiss him on the cheek. Thank you, sir, says the tall American. Thank you, Mr. Gangster. Keep your mouth shut, stupid ass, yells the American. We, patron. The American and Jean look at each other and burst out laughing. Jean fetches 2 plastic bags and hands them out. Here, guys, take your money. The 2 police officers each fill their bag with $1 million. Want me to call a taxi? Not necessary. Our service car is parked nearby, says the American. Jean laughs. He escorts them to the exit door, unlocks it and takes leave of his new partners. Gentlemen, for you the door of my nightclub will always be wide open. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Gangster. Gene lets them out, locks the door and returns to his office. He is dead tired and decides to take a nap on the spot. He throws himself on the couch, but jumps right back as if he got burned. Murd, he shouts. The sofa is soaking wet on both places where the policemen were sitting. Gene runs to the bathroom, washes his hands and takes off his clothes. Murd, 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 asterisk asterisk asterisk.